Hey everyone, I'm Andy and welcome to another episode of Easy Tiki Drinks. And today we're doing another Mai Tai Monday episode. So if it's not Monday when you're watching this, well, too bad, because it is right now. Anyway, today we're going to be taking a look at a Mai Tai made with a very specific rum. That is one rum that we're going to use to make an entire Mai Tai. We're not going to blend rums, although technically this is kind of a blended rum, but I'll get into that. Anyway, today we're going to be making a Mai Tai with a Worthy Park 109. So let's do this. Alright, so at the cost of repeating myself, the Mai Tai is a great cocktail to showcase rums. And the original Mai Tai did use a Jamaican rum. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at another Jamaican rum that we're going to use to make this Mai Tai. So let's see what we're going to need to build this cocktail first. First, we're going to need an aged Jamaican rum. We're going to need orange Curacao, Orgeat, Demerara syrup, and lime juice. The aged Jamaican rum I'm using is Worthy Park 109. The orange liqueur is Pierre Ferrand's dry Curacao. The Orgeat and Demerara syrup are homemade, and the lime juice is fresh squeezed. Let's rearrange this. Awesome. So as you can see, pretty simple Mai Tai. We're only using one rum. And that is because I want to try out this rum, the Worthy Park 109. I have never used it before. So let's dive into a little bit about what the Worthy Park is. We'll sample it, build it, and I'll give you some tasting notes. So let's take a look at this. The Worthy Park 109 is a Jamaican rum, and it's from the Worthy Park Distillery, which is one of, I believe, 5 distilleries on Jamaica. I'd have to count in my head, but nobody needs to see that. So I think it's about 5. Now, Worthy Park produces Worthy Park and also the Rum Bar line. The way I kind of look at it is Worthy Park is their higher end line that typically is used more for like sipping, where their Rum Bar line is typically used more for mixing. Now, that's not set in stone. That has nothing to do with the company. Worthy Park does not state that delineation in any way, shape, or form. It's just my feelings about their different rums. However, this Worthy Park 109 seems to kind of bridge the gap between the two. It's labeled with the Worthy Park label, but it's definitely intended for mixing. So what is the Worthy Park 109? Well, it's actually a blend of rums from Worthy Park. First, we have a Worthy Park Light, which has an ester count of about 60 to 119, and it's aged for 3 years in ex-bourbon barrels. The other rum in this blend is the Worthy Park Extra, which has an ester count of about 600 to 800 and is unaged. It is then tinted with caramel coloring, and it is bottled at 54.5 ABV or 109 proof, hence the Worthy Park 109. Fun fact, originally they were going to call this Worthy Park Gunpowder. However, there's a competing rum brand that didn't really like them using that name, and I'm not going to tell you who, but if you think you know who, drop a comment below and let's see if you're right. But instead they decided to call this a Navy strength rum. We're going to sample this. I'll go into a little bit more about like what Navy strength is if you want me to, but let's give this a try first. So let me grab my snifter glass actually. Hold on 1 second. I forgot to grab it beforehand, so anyway. Now I am going to open this bottle. You're gonna notice that it's already cracked. However, I have not sampled this. I only cracked it because at the behest of my friend, Dan, thank you very much, Dan, he said to let the bottle breathe, and that he found after he let the bottle breathe, he enjoyed the sip much more. So we're going with that advice. So you see, no crack. Let's give a little pour. So I mean, right off the bat, you can definitely tell it's called a dark Jamaican rum for a reason. That caramel coloring adds such a darkness to this rum. All right, so there's a bit of that Jamaican funk, that overripe fruit, that banana and pineapple. Not a ton of ethanol burn, which I was expecting more of from 109 proof. There's a rich molasses to it too though. And I'm sure that's coming from the caramel coloring. It smells really good actually. All right, so the ethanol burn that wasn't present on the nose is present on the palate, but not super intense. Considering this is 109 proof, it sips probably somewhere closer to like a 100 proof or like maybe like an 80, like a 96 proof, somewhere in there, like somewhere just shy of or just at 100 proof. Those same notes that I got on the nose, that molasses, that pineapple, that there's a little bit of Jamaican funk. I was expecting more of that hogo in this that I'm not getting. That's not to say that it's not present, it's just not as much as I was expecting. But there's definitely that molasses, that pineapple, and then it's got a really short finish with very minimal burn. So it's actually really good. I know I already said that, but reiterating, it's really good. All right, let's build this Mai Tai, talk a little bit more about Worthy Park, talk a little bit more about Dark Jamaican rum, Navy strength versus overproof versus whatever you want to call it. So let's get into this. First, we're gonna need an ounce of our lime juice. We need a 1/4 ounce of our Demerara syrup. We need a 1/4 ounce of our Orgeat. Half an ounce of our orange liqueur. And half an ounce of our Worthy Park 109. I'm sorry, 2 ounces of our Worthy Park 109. It's been a long day. Next up, we're gonna add some ice to our shaker. Give it a nice little whip shake for about 5 to 8 seconds. Grab our double rocks glass. And open pour in. Top off with some more crushed ice. And then our traditional garnish of a mint. And the upside down lime shell. Put our straw into it. And we'll give it a sip. So first off the bat, you're gonna notice the color. It is much darker than a lot of the Mai Tais that I make on this channel, and that's simply because of the Worthy Park. It is so dark, it's literally adjusting the color of the Mai Tai. But this is super smooth. Considering this is 109 proof rum, it does not sip in this cocktail like 109 proof rum. It sips like, oh, I don't know, a 40 like ABV or an 80 proof rum. Like, this is super smooth. The pineapple and the banana and that Jamaican funk come through a lot more in the cocktail than they did on the sip. The caramel coloring and the molasses flavoring just adds a nice depth to this flavor. It's actually a really great cocktail and dangerously smooth for how strong this cocktail is. I also get a little bit more of the orange note from this Mai Tai than I get typically in a lot of the other Mai Tais that I make. I find that the rum can be a little overpowering and overtake the orange. This one complements the orange really, really well. Before I talked about this being called a Navy strength rum, and it is. It's 54.5% ABV or 109 proof. So where did the term Navy strength come from? Well, back long before my time and probably before your time, the British Royal Navy used to ration rum. And they discovered that if the rum were to spill while on board and it were to get into the gunpowder, they wanted the gunpowder to still ignite. And they found that in order to do that, the rum needed to be at about 57% ABV, or 114 proof. This became known as gunpowder proof, or proof. The British Royal Navy then said that Navy strength was 4.5% less than the proof rum that was shipped on board. So if you take 57% minus the 4.5%, you get 54.5%. That is a very specific number, but we have in writing in actual articles that that's the measurements, those are the actual specific counts and percentages that they used in the British Royal Navy to determine Navy strength. I also talked about this being a blend of rums, and it is. There's 2 different rums from Worthy Park blended in this bottle. I'm gonna let you all in on a little tiny secret. Technically, most of the spirits that you buy in the store today, this includes bourbon and whiskey and scotch and other rums, are technically a blend of rums or spirits or bourbon or whatever you're buying. In order to produce a consistent product every single time, they take blends from different barrels and from other maturations to create the signature flavor that you buy in the bottle. The only time this doesn't happen is when you get single barrel releases. So single barrel bourbons, single barrel rums, that is not a blend. That is just a barrel that they bottled into a bottle. Maybe proofed it, maybe didn't, who knows, but regardless, it is not a blend. However, the majority of stuff you're gonna buy on the shelves today is technically a blend. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed this. I know this Worthy Park 109 Mai Tai is phenomenal, so I'm gonna enjoy this while I shoot some other stuff. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, click that little notification bell. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at EasyTikiDrinks. And until next time, take it easy.